Hello everyone. Well, for today's video, I thought I would do something that I haven't done in a very long time. Back when I was in school studying graphics design, we would create what were known as morgue files. I don't know where they got the name, but that's what we called them. And a morgue file is basically where you go through a series of magazines and you cut out things that could potentially inspire you, or nice designs or design elements, or things you think you may be able to use as inspiration for your designs. And with the advent of computers, we obviously don't need to do things like that anymore. And I threw my morgue file away ages and ages ago. But I thought it would be neat to go through this magazine and see some really cool things that we may be able to cut out, and I think that would make some really nice sounds. So I have this cutting board here that I will be putting in between the pages so that I don't cut up the whole magazine before I need to. So, and I thought this was a good magazine because it's featuring 101 objects that made America. But we also can look at the advertising, and this is a really cool swirling background. I think they're supposed to be baskets of some sort. So let's see. I don't want to cut out around these people. I just want to kind of get this section right here. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and just cut through this guy's head here. I think it'll be simpler. Okay. There we have our first kind of interesting shape and colors. If we wanted to add that to our file. Let's see what else we got. And some lobsters. There's a buffalo over here. Ooh, this is cool. Stegosaurus. They're starting way back at the beginning of American history, I see. Way back to the dinosaurs. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to do a rough cut around this, keeping some of the black. My blade isn't very sharp. I think that could be a problem. Okay. That's kind of a neat shape right there. There's our dinosaur, Stegosaurus. I know that sometimes teachers will do this and cut out things out of magazines, especially elementary school teachers, for their students to look at and paste up and have some fun with. This is Lewis and Clark's compass. That's cool. Gold nugget. And the polio vaccine. Pretty important stuff. There's a shoe with springs in it. Unrock her world. Okay, interesting. Because she deserves more fire than Diamond. So they're trying to sell. This is probably cubic zirconium or something. But I like the colors that are in here. I think that's pretty cool. So I'm just going to cut out this part. One of the uses for a morgue file was definitely to cut out something for just the colors in it that you may use later. For a palette. Oh look, I cut out Walt Whitman's face. That's funny. Just to use the color combinations maybe in a design or something like that. This is FDR's microphone. It says NBC on it. I know that's kind of out of the frame, but I'm going to cut it out anyway. little sloppy there with my cut. I need to be more careful. Okay. It's kind of an iconic shape, the microphone and the logo. Neil Armstrong's trumpet. More ads. Lincoln's top hat. That's cool. Let's see if I can do it on this side. It's really big. Usually I would probably just slice out the whole page for something this big. What's the fun in that? Trying to get my lines to match up. Oops. Don't want to tear the paper. There we have a top hat. I think sometimes cutting something out from its surrounding paper or background really helps recontextualize it, and it becomes much more of an iconic image when it's isolated like that. Let's see what else we have. Appomattox chair and table. Portrait of George Washington. The Greensboro lunch counter. That's very important. The drone. Helicopter. Goligay. The Wright Flyer. The Colt revolver. This is a cool shape right here. textures here, and this has like an engraving. A man with a horse and another man. Probably another horse over here. This has very fine grooves all the way around it. These seem to be more like illustrations than photographs, which is kind of disappointing. The ENIAC computer, Morse's telegraph. It's like, I think a photograph of the space shuttle would have been much more effective. Because these illustrations are like clip art. They're not really that great. Emergency money, that's interesting. During the Great Depression, cash took a very different look. When banking failures made hard currency scarce, Americans turned to scrip. As much as 1 billion of temporary money circulated through the crisis. Most was printed on paper, but some towns used what was at hand, even old tires and fish skin. At Pismo Beach, California, the Chamber of Commerce and 11 local businesses traded the plentiful Pismo clamshell. This 50-cent piece, issued by Restwell Cabins, bears the motto, "In God We Trust," and was numbered and signed in India ink. Other shells fetched more clams, up to $20. Did not know that. Very interesting. The stagecoach. Baseball. Psychedelic signboard. A roving troupe of hippies launched the counterculture. For 6 months in 1964, novelist Ken Kesey and his band of merry pranksters traveled cross-country in a day-glow-painted 1939 school bus dubbed Further. Performing street theater and experimenting with LSD, Tom Wolfe credited the pranksters with the birth of acid rock, the rise of the Grateful Dead, and the electro-pastels of the 60s poster art. Kesey decided to donate the bus to the Smithsonian in 1992, but found a family of foxes living inside, so he opted for this plywood sign instead. The collage of paint, ads, and text promoted the pranksters and posed their signature question, "Can you pass the acid test?" Very interesting. I think I'll just cut this out as a square. There we go. Kind of a collage of a collage. Potentially using it as a collage. Again, really terrible painting. R2-D2, Ruby Slippers, Jordan's jersey, stock car. It's just terrible. The Spirit of St. Louis, see, that's much better. The actual photograph, the actual thing. That may be a painting. It's very good now. I don't know. This kind of looks like it's painted here. But this looks like a photograph. Don't know. Pocahontas is engraving. Giant Panda. Vintage California wines. Stained glass shards. Geronimo. This is neat. Harriet Tubman's hymn book. That's very cool. I love the design on that. Gospel Hymns number 2. Harriet Tubman was the founder of the Underground Railroad, which brought slaves up from the South into the North during the Civil War. I think that's about the end of this magazine. The rest is just ads. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this and got some nice ASMR tingles. And please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks.